get this thing going.
Welcome to the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Rules in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge. With Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Eric Johnson. The Morning Edge starts now.
Good morning.
Can I ask you one question?
Ask away, dear boy, ask away.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm something of a famous radio
personality.
He is out of this world.
I mean, can you imagine an extraterrestrial disc jockey?
What about the show? It's out of this world.
I'm getting ready to blast.
Getting ready to blast.
Ready to blast off.
3, 2, 1.
Blast off!
It's showtime.
Are we ready to rock and roll on a Friday now?
3, 2, wait. 10 seconds. You got to love computers. Look, see it.
What the hell? What the hell?
I think we're being hacked
the
by
hell?
Russia.
What the hell?
Our computers are being hacked by Russia. What it is.
What the hell?
Good morning.
What the hell, Chris?
What the hell?
Did you ever hear that meme? Either one of you two?
No.
On Instagram, little baby. What the hell?
Is it a baby?
Yes.
Oh, no, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
and the
that.
parents like, don't say shit. What the hell? What the hell?
Now I'm going to have to look for it.
What the hell, Chris? What the freak is going on? It's a Friday. We're glad you're here. Happy Friday. Welcome to The Edge. Are we on?
We are on.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're
But
on.
our music doesn't want to play for us.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. Didn't know what was going on.
Derek's
Welcome
fault.
to The Edge. We're here, ready to take you into the weekend. February 25th, time, 8:07. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp's back. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Eric will be in late today. We're going to do it. We're going to do what we have to do. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we got Brad Young's joining us again. He just texted. Out of all the times, it's take a deep breath. Our president is making his Supreme Court nominee announcement today, this morning. He already did, but it's just a
Does
weird.
it surprise you?
The timing of it's weird to me. Brad may say no, may have been planned for a while, but it's like, wait a second, we're on the verge of World War III, and you're announcing a pick this morning. It's like, come on. If you're trying to get that's why I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'll let Brad tell us at 9 o'clock, but we'll wait and see. I'm biting my tongue right now.
I can tell.
Kinchy Brown, the president told us from the get-go that he was going to, when he was running, he's like, well, if there's a nominee, it's going to be a black woman. There was nobody else had a shot. It was going to be a black woman, and that's what he did. But Brad has an interesting update on this African-American black woman. He says that he's not sure the left's going to be all that excited because she's not as progressive as part of that left party wants, which is interesting. So we'll see. And if that's the case, there shouldn't be any problems in regards to getting her approved and on the bench. So we'll get into that during the 9 o'clock hour, unfortunately. Do you know anybody from Ukraine, by the way, Angela?
I don't know anybody from Ukraine, but I do know somebody whose family is all in Ukraine.
I had a feeling you might have.
Yeah.
Because what's your family's background?
Well, I'm part Hungarian.
Okay. It was Eastern European. I just didn't know. How's that family doing? Or have you had a chance to catch up with them?
I actually talked to her yesterday. That's what I did part of that in my snow day. And she said that when she called and finally got through to her family. And they spent the whole time trying to calm her down because she's here. She's in California, but she's here in the States. And they were trying to calm her down, and she's just very stressed out, as one would imagine you would be if your whole family's somewhere where they're starting a war. So,
yeah, right now, Russian forces coming into the capital right now. They're accusing Russia of war crimes now. The Ukrainian government, the president said, the president's calling out the United States. Apparently, there was some sort of deal or under the table. He was told by the United States that we would protect them, lend them support, help them in some way. And he's like, do you hear bombs going off? Do you hear planes flying through? Yeah, we haven't had any protection. Then, of course, the argument comes, how can the United States really help? Well, there's been arguments we could have given Ukraine some sort of tactical defense, weapons. We do have troops in Poland now. A friend of mine's son, Kentucky Airborne 101, I believe, they're in Poland. It's not getting any better. The only thing we've heard Vladimir Putin say he's willing to negotiate with Ukrainian officials about the neutral status of Ukraine, but we already know what's going on there. Putin told the West, you better stay out of this yesterday. Chinese airplanes flying through Taiwan yesterday. Many Republicans coming out again saying this wouldn't have happened under Trump. Russia took Crimea under Obama. Now they've taken Ukraine under Biden. We need to be tougher. Clearly, sanctions weren't there. Then, of course, yesterday, Kamala Harris came out and pretty much admitted, so did Biden, that the United States said, well, we knew sanctions wouldn't work, but we were still going to do them, the first sanctions. And it's like, well, why didn't you make them more difficult? Now we're dealing with a complete mess. Did you see the pictures of people trying to get out of Ukraine? Oh, my God.
That and those videos of the men having to say goodbye to their families, that their families try to get out because the men aren't allowed to leave because they have to fight. That is heart-wrenching to watch.
Could you imagine your family having to take up a gun right now?
I mean, my family, no.
I mean, but that's
what I'm saying, though. Like, yeah, I mean, that's...
You're now property of Russia, and that's what's going on.
Heart-wrenching. Those videos are heart-wrenching.
I was asked on the Facebook line, Vic, did you see John Pertzborn, our morning anchor's son's girlfriend, is from Ukraine and has been posting updates from her family. I did see that from this morning, as Angela just said, no men over 18 can leave. They have to stay. I didn't know that. I saw that update this morning.
Those videos have been going on, I mean, the last couple of days, and those are just watching, you know, young kids, because they're 18, they're kids, right, saying goodbye to their mom and, you know, their sisters, and then dads have to stay. It's just, it's bad. It's all bad. None of it is good.
No, and then on top of it all, it just, we really look bad. I mean, this is as bad as, we look weak, we look soft, we don't look like we have a spine. And I'm sorry, but everybody that I talked to, I mean, Republicans, Democrats, it's all on Biden because of the weakness that was shown. No ability to stop something before it's going to start or to hit it hard. And then when you do go to your national, quote, allies, Germany and Italy are refusing to vote to knock Russia out of the SWIFT banking system because they're so reliant on Russian energy. And we've got a soundbite that we're going to play. Hate Trump, call him whatever you want, he was mean, but it's really difficult for people to say that he wasn't a great, and I repeat, great leader when it came to foreign affairs, business, money, economy. Because now we're starting to see some of the predictions that he made and things that he said come true. Chris, do you have that?
I think Chris is working on something
Not
else.
pulled up right
Are you
now,
paying
no.
attention?
Yeah, I think he's working on something else.
If we can get to that sound, let me know, because it'd be a great time to get that sound in with Trump when he was a president, talking about Germany and Italy, what we're dealing with right now. So you can't even put full sanctions on Russia now because our allies who we protect from Russia are refusing to do what you'd like them to do. I can't imagine this being any worse for a country.
The whole thing just seems extra strange to me, like extra strange. So there's something about this whole thing. And, you know, it's kind of like, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but, you know, the timing of it is weird and everybody not participate. The whole thing is just bizarro world to me. So if you fall down some of those conspiracy rabbit holes, I can see how you could buy into some of those just because of the way everything is kind of working itself out.
But what are the rabbit holes? I don't think you'd be looked at as being some strange person believing in a conspiracy theory.
I mean,
there's so much weird going on right now with that situation.
it's true. That's very, very true. but some of them are off there, and you can't imagine that we would be a part of this in any way. But here we are.
John Parker, explain yourself. I don't get this. He says yesterday Trump was not a factor, and you asked why are people still talking about him, but today we have to hear about him. So what do you propose that we do to stop? I don't know what you exactly mean, John. I don't know what that means. That's so open-ended. I mean, I go back and stop what exactly, Robert? John, I like you, but you say a lot of weird things that don't make a lot of sense sometimes. And maybe explain yourself and it'll be a little bit better. I also think you said yesterday that we had $5 a gallon gas in Missouri under Bush, which is not true. So I don't know, man. I'm not trying to pile on to you. I love you, brother, but just come on, make some sense. Oh, what do you propose we do to stop the situation in Ukraine? I don't know now because it happened. All I know is Trump didn't allow it to happen. Obama allowed Crimea to fall under his watch. Biden's allowed Ukraine to fall under his watch. I'm just calling, it's just the scorecard. It's not an opinion. But we've watched the Biden-Harris administration come out and say, well, we knew sanctions wouldn't work, but we're still going to do them. We're hoping they'll work. We still hope he'll come to the table and negotiate.
I don't think that's happening, guys. I hate to tell you.
I know.
I don't think that's happening.
This isn't about Republicans or Democrats anymore, John, so you don't have to keep going at them. The problem is you've got Germany and Italy now refusing to vote against Russia regarding the SWIFT banking system because they're too reliant on their energy now. And Trump predicted this, and we'll let you listen to the sound, my man, about what he said is like this had to stop because it'll be a problem, and then now it's a problem. And that's why. I don't know what you do now, but I can tell you this much, John. You got to do something more than what you're doing. You put pressure on people where you are. It's got to become your number one concern, not a Supreme Court nominee this morning. I mean, seriously, come on, John, come on. Right? Right, bud? I don't know.
That's very interesting timing also. I feel
don't look over at what's going on in Ukraine. We're sorry we messed this up completely.
There's some parts of my time where I feel like we're watching a movie because of the timing of how things are happening.
Oh, well, here's one of the good things that could have happened, John, here, right now, right off the bat, since you kind of put me on the spot. You forced Germany and Italy, whatever means necessary, because it's been done since the beginning of time, to vote Russia out of the SWIFT banking system. That's what you do. That's the biggest thing you can do right now to hit Putin and his allies hard. You need to put that pressure, and then you have to open up the Keystone Pipeline right now and stop buying so much oil from Russia. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, John. Do we hear Biden opening up the pipeline today? No, where you're going to get clean produced oil. You're not going to get it from China and Russia. You stop buying 3 times as much oil from Russia as you have in the last year. John, come on. I think you're smart enough to know that. Here's the problem. Number one, you get Germany and Italy to turn on Russia because right now they're cowering like cowards. A coward. Canada has nothing to do with it, John. Stop. That's what you're doing what Eric says you do. You don't deal with questions directly. You kind of sideswipe them because if you give a direct answer, then you can be criticized for the lack of merit for that answer. Here was Trump talking about Germany and Italy because they rely so much upon Russia if something bad happened, and here we are today.
Sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this From the time I got in, it should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. And I think we have to talk to Germany about it. On top of that, Germany is just paying a little bit over 1%, whereas the United States, in actual numbers, is paying 4.2% of a much larger GDP. So I think that's inappropriate also. You know, we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting everybody, and yet we're paying a lot of money to protect. Now, this has been going on for decades. This has been brought up by other presidents, but other presidents never did anything about it because I don't think they understood it or they just didn't want to get involved. But I have to bring it up because I think it's very unfair to our country. It's very unfair to our taxpayer. And I think that these countries have to step it up, not over a 10-year period. They have to step it up immediately. Germany is a rich country. They talk about they're going to increase it a tiny bit by 2030. Well, they could increase it immediately tomorrow and have no problem. I don't think it's fair to the United States. So we're going to have to do something because we're not going to put up with it. We can't put up with it, and it's inappropriate. So we have to talk about the billions and billions of dollars that's being paid to the country that we're supposed to be protecting you against. You know, everybody's talking about it all over the world. They'll say, well, wait a minute, we're supposed to be protecting you from Russia, but why are you paying billions of dollars to Russia for energy? Why are countries in NATO, namely Germany, having a large percentage of their energy needs paid, you know, to Russia and taken care of by Russia? Now, if you look at it, Germany is a captive of Russia because they got rid of their coal plants, they got rid of their nuclear. They're getting so much of the oil and gas from Russia. I think it's something that NATO has to look at. I think it's very inappropriate. You and I agree that it's inappropriate. I don't know what you can do about it now, but it certainly doesn't seem to make sense that they pay billions of dollars to Russia, and now we have to defend them against Russia.
Wow. Okay, that was when Donald Trump was president, whether you like him, whether you don't like him or not. Pretty prophetic what he said at that point in time, well before any of this was going on and what we see now. From the Facebook line, that's what a president sounds like. Look at the difference between how you hear Biden talk and now President Trump talk, how you hear Harris talk, how you heard Pence talk. I don't know. I mean, it's yeah, John, it's armchair quarterbacking right now, but the bottom line is you look at the results. And if the results are not there, you make changes. You get something done. People are dying in Ukraine, innocent bloodshed, martial law, people asked to pick up guns because Putin is being allowed to do whatever he wants because other countries are refusing to put the pressure on him. And this is stuff that's lined up before. It's not after. And the real leaders, John, and anybody else, you get that stuff done before. They knew it was going to happen. There has now been news leaks of calls where the Biden administration knew that this was going to happen the other night, but they didn't feel like there was anything they could do. That's where we are. So it's sad that we're having to watch this. Now we watch the sad stories. Now we watch, you know, what's happening in that country. And it's unfortunate. So that's where we are. I like you, but I just didn't feel like you should be putting me on a spot, you know? I'm just trying to give the information that's going out there. What do you propose we do? So anyway, they knew that was going to happen. You were right. That is armchair quarterbacking. Once again, I don't even understand what you're saying. But anyway, we've got this going on today. You know, you got people talking about this all across the world. You know, it's going to eventually hit us with everything else when it comes to the energy situation. Putin's a very smart man, very, very smart man. He's a tactical genius, And you just, if you know anybody from Ukraine or have families, as I do, as Angela does, and you hear their stories, it's like, wait a second, how is this happening in the year 2022? And then China refused to publicly say anything bad about Russia And then they were flying planes yesterday in Taiwan. So
Looks like a bumpy ride.
yeah, it does. And we got to take a break, though. We're starting off on a Friday. We got some fun to get to. Angela's going to let you know what's going on for the weekend as well, at least from a local standpoint. That's a tough transition, but we'll get to it.
It's a hard transition, but, you know, you got to take your mind off some bad stuff here and there, right?
Up and down, all around a balance. You've also got Brad Young's going to join us in the 9 o'clock hour to talk about President Biden's Supreme Court nominee. Comes in pretty highly thought of. Can't wait to hear about that, how long it will take to get that approved as well. And we'll take your calls. Angela will take your calls at 636-695-2915. It's a big morning. Lots of people all over our app, which is viperrocks.com. You can also listen in on Facebook at 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. We love it when you do that. Love to hear all voices, everything. You can also catch us on the morning YouTube channel. It's The Morning Edge. We'll be back with more right after this. It's a Friday. You're listening to the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio. John also did say, Angela, it's nice to see you without your sunglasses.
Oh, hey.
To see your
Hey,
face.
thanks. That's my whole face right there.
Oh. Do the Blues play? The Blues are back, aren't they?
Yeah,
You'll
they
get
play
in-
tonight.
All right. Maybe we'll talk some Blues, too. But I guess we won't be talking baseball, will we?
Well, I mean, they still have till Monday.
Oh, my God. All right.
I'm going to hold my breath. I don't know about you.
Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more right after this. Share the show. Let's keep it going.
Edge Morning Traffic.
Happy Friday from the Viper Traffic Center. Police are on the scene of a traffic incident that's 64 westbound at the Boone Bridge. A truck is pulled off to the shoulder there. And watch for some slick spots on the off and on ramps to the interstate and, of course, those flyover ramps and bridges. Elevated surfaces still could be slick this morning. A couple parts of 364 and 141 still look a little bit rough, but the main interstates are in good shape. Some slowing of traffic in South St. Louis County if you're headed northbound on 270 from 55 up through I-44. And then in the city, slowdowns 70 westbound from West Florissant over to Riverview. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
The new abnormal.
This place is a nut house.
The Edge Morning Show.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
Compass Health Network seeks to expand its clinical team. Sign-on bonuses are available. $4,000 for SUD counselors and licensed therapists. $3,000 for nurses. Compass Health is offering these to professionals to work in our substance use and emergency mental health crisis services. Compass Health provides excellent training, a competitive salary, safe work environment, and great benefits. Visit careers.compasshealthnetwork.org and apply today. Compass Health Network. Inspire hope. Promote wellness.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, this is Curtis Parks. I'm the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Now that things are back up and the vaccines are out, we are ready to get back to work. The kids are home, and I'm sure you're ready to go back to work too. We are hiring all positions. We are looking for everyone and anyone that wants to make life better for themselves, and we want you now. CompleteAB.com is where you apply. CompleteAB.com. Join the complete experience. No more sitting at home. Let's get back to work. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixes cars.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. You are 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Ugga Mugga.
The beloved musical is coming back to St. Louis. It's Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood Live, Sunday, March 6th at Stiefel Theater. Get ready for a terrific adventure as Daniel Tiger and his friends celebrate Neighbor Day with original songs, dances, and more. Don't miss Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood Live, Sunday, March 6th at Stiefel Theater. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. That kind of threw me for a loop this morning, that intro music, Chris.
It did?
I wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust from Fox 2. Thanks for sticking with us, guys, on a Friday. We're getting started in the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. 8:32 is our time. We take you to 10 o'clock like we always do, 9 o'clock hour. Attorney Brad Young will join us to talk about President Biden's new Supreme Court nominee pick. I think it'll happen fairly quickly, or at least as quick as they possibly can. I can't see this person not being nominated, so we'll let Brad talk about that at 9 o'clock. We're also taking your calls if you want to at 636-695-2915. Also, on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. You can share the show. People a little bit fired up this morning. It's a Friday as we head into the weekend, but that's what we do on the Edge.
Yeah, they're arguing with each other on the Facebook, so there you go.
Somebody was talking about Hillary Clinton, and John Parker said, oh, she was a conspiracy theory, just like Hunter Biden was a conspiracy theory, because people aren't talking about Hunter Biden. Well, people are still talking about Hunter Biden. National news media isn't, but national news media can't talk about Hunter Biden because that's the president's son, and we already know what happens on national media. We've already seen that with a lot of people, like CNN's long list of group. But anyway, I digress. We'll get away from that. You can also jump into Facebook, again, 100.7 The Viper, share the show, and ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. Couple things coming out from the national side, just to reiterate and make sure that you understood what we were talking about with some of the updates. From the Ukrainian president, quote, did yesterday's sanctions convince Russia? We hear in our sky and see in our earth that it was not enough. Nikki Haley, Republican, we're trying to prevent a world war. Biden needed to do harsher sanctions. Also, coming down the pipeline here, Congressman Chuck Grassley, Putin is inhumane to benefit his own ego. He has no respect for agreements Russia signed to respect the sovereignty of Ukraine. He's killing innocent people like Stalin did in the 1930s. It's pretty harsh. And then here's where the president is getting a lot of national kickback yesterday, because Biden said, quote, no one expected sanctions to prevent anything from happening. He said that, and that was despite prior White House claims. So that's a major issue as well, and it doesn't show a lot of strength. Well, we know he's not going to listen. So anyway, that's where we are right now. Josh Hawley came out, had a strong statement as well. Russia's brutal assault on Ukraine and the invasion of its territory must be met with strong American resolve. President Biden must act now to hit Putin where it hurts, beginning with Russia's energy sector. So he's like, you go after Russia's energy sector and you don't stop about anything else. I'm also from the Facebook line. Would love to see the group come to Mattingly's in Lake St. Louis Sunday for the Freedom Warriors get together. Dare Mark Schmitz, who we had on the show earlier this week, talk about the organization that he started to help veterans. And of course, today would have been Lieutenant Colonel Jared Schmidt's 21st birthday, and there is a pub crawl that's been going on this weekend with a lot of other things. We'll get into the 9 o'clock hour when Angela, you have an update on everything that's going on this weekend, don't you?
I do.
It looks like there's a lot, isn't
There's
there?
a lot of stuff going on. So I just picked the things that I thought people would like the most. So there's other stuff. There's a lot going on this weekend.
It certainly seemed like it. That's
it's Mardi
for sure.
Gras St. Louis, Mardi Gras St. Charles. There's a bunch.
How about that?
Yeah.
And this just came out, another breaking news update. The European Union officials group are preparing a third round of sanctions against Russia over the attack right now, including freezing the European assets of Russian President Vladimir Putin and the foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, according to multiple reports. Now, we'll see what that's going to do. The latest sanction package could also further penalize Russia's financial and energy sectors. Russia's not going to listen unless you take them to battle when it comes to the energy sector. It's just not good. Nothing else is going. Everything else will fall short unless you send troops over and you start bombing them, which is not going to happen. I think we already know that. So, Robert Peterball brings up a very interesting point, too. I heard Putin talk about the Russian Empire, which was much larger than the Soviet Union was. If you think he just wants to stop at Ukraine, I don't know. Got some ice to sell you in the middle of winter. So those are updates. We'll take the show where you want to go with that from that standpoint as well. Ranger calls. Plans for the weekend. You were talking about all the things that are going on.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff.
When do you want to do that?
You want me to do it now?
I don't know. Yeah, you know what?
Since we just talked about the pub crawl, I might as well go into
But you know
it, right?
what? If you're ready for it, why
No,
not?
why not? Why
because
not?
people are starting to talk now about what they've got going
Now
on.
they got stuff going on.
I didn't even know that there was a St. Charles parade tomorrow.
Well, yeah, there is. Okay, well, first we'll start with today, right? So the Blues take on the Sabres tonight at 7 at the Enterprise Center. So that's going on today. We also have Kip Moore at the factory in Chesterfield. I've never been there. I'm going to buy a ticket and
Yeah,
go.
you need to get because you're a country. You're not just an Eric music.
No,
or a
I
church
love
fan.
country. I love country.
You
music.
got to see Kip Moore, and you
Yeah.
got to get to the factory.
I've only seen him once at a award show. I've never seen him live, so I'm very excited to go see that concert. So I looked it up. They still have some tickets available. And, of course, tonight is also the Mayor's Ball tonight, which is, a big deal. Now, Saturday, that's when we start getting to all our Mardi Gras
by the way, the
fun.
Mayor's Ball this year, they're having it over at Union Station.
I heard that they had moved it, and I'm assuming that's because of COVID, because they do frequently spray down the city for COVID. Like, they frequently clear everybody out and do the sprays to make sure COVID doesn't hang around. So I'm guessing that's why, but it is going to be an interesting location, I think. And then, of course, Saturday, we've got Mardi Gras. And although St. Louis likes to claim the second biggest Mardi Gras, we're not. But I will let you.
We're not?
No, I know. Everybody claims it, and we always say.
Honest to God, I thought we were too.
Because we all say it. We all go along with that thing. But no, it's been proven that there's a place in Texas that has more. There's a place in
that has more what?
People that come out to their event. St. Petersburg, same way. So we're not the second biggest, but I think we can still claim it. It's kind of like claiming like we're the weirdest city. I think, people do that too. So, all right. So Saturday is the Bud Light Grand Parade. That's downtown. It steps off at noon from Busch Stadium, and it ends at Anheuser-Busch. But I know people out here in St. Charles are going to the St. Charles Mardi Gras. Now that starts at 11 at Eco Park and goes down 2nd Street to the Foundry. So that one's going to be, I think, a big deal. You guys are ready to party, right? And, of course, Eric and PRL are at Ameristar on Saturday night. On Sunday, there's an ambush game that starts at 3 o'clock. And this one is my favorite game of the whole year because in the halftime, the mascots come and play some soccer. So Louie will be there, Fred will be there, Bushwhacker and all Bushwhacker's
Who's the best
friends.
mascot soccer player?
Last time, and we didn't do it last year, obviously, but the year before, it was Louie. Louis scored. He had a hat trick, if you will. So that was fun. So those are the big ones. There's a bunch of other stuff going on. There's plays, symphonies. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, especially as stuff with COVID starts to calm down, which is cool.
I think people are going to need a drink or a little take a step back, so to speak, after the last couple of days that we've had and looking at inflation and gas prices that continue to go up and those sorts of things, if we ever get to those levels that they're telling us. By the way, as you're talking about going out and having a good time, not that this would be you.
Okay, there's something bad happening now.
But let's just put it this way.
Okay.
Missouri ranks real high when it comes to alcohol consumption on St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely.
As in this country, we're top 10.
Okay,
We're
wow.
actually we're top 5.
on actual St. Patrick's Day or on the downtown parade?
It says
St.
on
Patrick's
St.
Day?
Patrick's
Okay,
Day.
on St. Patrick's Day. Okay.
A survey of over 1,500 Americans revealed that Missouri ranks number 4 on the states whose residents drink the most on St. Patrick's Day. The only states that beat Missouri were, and that was kind of a surprising list, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, and Mississippi.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting as
St.
well.
Patrick's Day, I mean, that's coming up quick. That's just next month.
What do you mean?
St. Patrick's Day, all the St. Patrick's Day fun. I mean, we have Mardi Gras, which is a big drinking day, and then you go, 2-3 weeks, and you're hitting all the St. Patrick's Day fun because the downtown parade is the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day in St. Louis. So that'll be a big one, too.
Yeah, so we may need to go have some drinks for Mardi Gras after this, take a step back and just think about how much we actually do. Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, that's right. He's coming he'll be in the effing tent.
It's sold out is what I was told.
It's sold out. I was thinking about going. All my friends are going, but I don't drink. So I was like, is it worth it? And then I was thinking about going and tickets are sold out. So I'm not going.
Tickets are sold out unless you know guys that have extra tickets.
Oh, you got to know people. See, I don't know people like you do, Vic. I know like 3 people.
Yes, stop it.
I know like 3 people.
No, they don't. Stop it. But those are some. I heard PRL was playing the Mayor's Ball in St. Charles.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Isn't that true, Chris? Aren't they still playing the Mayor's Ball tonight?
I think in St. Louis.
Yeah.
For Tashara Jones.
I thought I heard Eric say that the other day.
Yeah.
But you have to get a COVID test.
So I don't think everybody has to get a COVID test. I think it's just the people that are not fully vaccinated who have to get a COVID test before they can attend the Mayor's Ball. Yeah.
So you show a vaccination card?
You can show a vaccination card or a 72-hour COVID test to go to the Mayor's Ball.
I didn't know if Mayor Jones saw the story that Chris Hayes did on PRL and she got afraid of PRL.
I don't think so, but I do believe you have to wear masks.
How the hell did PRL get booked in the first place for the Mayor's Ball after the Chris Hayes story? I thought that they were a
cancer.
Guess
it wasn't such a big deal after all, was it?
That was in the height of COVID too, right? That they got picked on a little.
Drew, I love you, man. I do. And since you like to say I told you so, and whether it happens or not, he says Putin will take over the Capitol this weekend. Remember, I said it. Really? That's going out on a limb?
Right.
Duh. They're already hitting the city right now with a whole lot of might. Kiev, it's a bad situation right now. Very, very, very bad.
St. Charles is also having a parade, Jeannie, but I think we're back on this. It's hard to keep track of what's going on here.
Yeah, we're
you know
kind of all over the place.
Everything's happening.
Well,
but Jeannie said St. Charles is also having one. Yes, St. Charles Parade starts at 11 at Eco Park and goes down 2nd Street.
This is the best way to explain it for you to understand. It's just like when you're scrolling the show.
The show is like scrolling the internet.
That's
yes,
what
it is. That's exactly what it is.
And that's why it's so addicting, because we hit so many things in a day where you're not just sitting there and talking about something for 20 minutes.
That's true.
Because we kind of exemplify what humans are.
We have very short attention spans. That's true.
And we try
Some
to
of
play,
us shorter than others.
and we try to play too many, and of course have a good time. Of course, you're listening to The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio, and it does go fast, which is a good thing, especially on a Friday as we get you set for the weekend. Chris Knight's here, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. I don't think it's an off day for Eric. He said he had business to take care of, nursing a hangover. He didn't show up to the bowling situation. Do you know that Chris bowls on?
Yes, Chris bowls. I did know
Eric
that.
didn't even show up till 9 o'clock last.
Hey, guess who's walking in the building right now? I got eyes. I got eyes on the window.
He was chugging water, and he was just taking. It looked like it's like maybe ibuprofen or something. But anyway, last night. Oh, real quick. Mark Williams says, is Cotterville having their St. Patty's Day? No. It's been canceled again. It's one of the great St. Patrick's Day spots. That's a whole show in itself. Apparently, vendor costs were too expensive this year. That's what the firefighters who put it on said.
That makes sense. So
We
everything's
did a
more
story
expensive.
on Fox 2, so they canceled the St. Patrick's Day Cotterville parade this year.
Which means there's going to be more
barricades. Did you hear about the barricades?
The barricades were ultra expensive, right?
Yeah, usually it was like $20,000 for the barricades for the Cotterville parade. Well, this year, costs have risen and it doubled.
Whoa!
Now they want $40,000
for barricades.
for barricades.
And that's why the parade was canceled. Is Defiant still having their St. Patrick's Day parade? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
St. Patrick's Day not
We
for
need to
2
check
weeks.
on
I
that.
will get information on St. Patrick's Day next time.
I know. I was just curious
You
because
guys are
Mark brought
jumping
it
very
up.
ahead.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
First, we got to get through Mardi Gras, guys. Mardi Gras first.
Yeah, but you've already set the stage. You were great. Yeah, Joe, that was my question. What about Defiance? I hosted that Defiance parade last year. The first time
did
they ever,
you?
Yeah, the first time they ever did it, and it was pretty damn good. Weather was great. It's a great spot to do it.
Now
too.
they do it on the actual St. Patrick's Day or on the Saturday before?
Saturday.
Okay, the Saturday before. All right.
So, as we were talking, they're not doing it, so it's a shame. And then, of course, Chris gave us the update. Our friend Eric Johnson is in. Good morning, Eric. I heard Chris had a really good night of bowling last night. Could you
I
give
didn't
us?
have a real
He did. Well, they always
But
do.
the team did.
Yeah, the team.
And this is a big deal for you. Yeah, there's only two things.
I can't even say why they were so good last night. Can I? No, I'm not going to do it. Anyway,
wait,
I can't do it.
Is there a secret?
A little bit.
Little bit of
Can
a
I say
secret.
it? Can I say it?
Was there some sort of magic powder
I
you
don't
put
know.
on the
they're,
ball?
They're talking to each other, that means
Our
it really
midday
is a
guy
secret.
needs to take some lessons. Let's put it that way. Brendan, if you're listening right now, go take a lesson and get rid of your dumb
Wait, Eric,
handicap.
do you play also?
No, see, that's the brilliance. If you know you don't do something good, don't do it.
So you just go hang out.
He goes and drinks. That's why he's here
You
late
go,
today.
you drink, you have some pizza maybe.
No, I was doing something else. Don't worry about what I was doing.
Don't you worry about what he was doing, Vic.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But if you know you don't do something good in a team sport, bench yourself. Angela, just remember
See,
that.
I feel the exact opposite. If you think you're going to have fun, even if you're going to
Not if it's competitive.
Even if you're going to be awful at it, go do it.
Not
have
if it's
some fun.
competitive.
I might
Vic,
have to
help me
sit-
out
no,
over here,
I might,
brother.
Yeah, I know. I might have to sit with you. I've never been a real big fan of bowling. I've always thought it was really boring. We're all different. We all like things. We don't like things. But one person may love it. The next person may not.
I haven't been bowling in a really long time.
Yeah,
Maybe we should do a group bowling night, not a competitive
I think
one.
we should.
Just like a group bowling
What do you bowl,
activity.
Vic?
And what do you bowl? What?
What do you bowl?
Yeah, what's your
I
average?
I don't bowl. I don't waste time bowling.
Ooh, shots fired.
It's not about the time. It's
Well,
about
no.
what you bowl. Would you bowl a 70, 90?
I don't know. The best I ever bowled was a 164.
Pretty good.
And that was back
really.
in like high school when I had to take it for a class or something.
Okay, I'm probably going to get like a 10, but I still think we should go bowling.
Yeah, we can because we're bowling for beers. These guys bowl for money.
Yeah,
I
it's
say-
serious.
They
You're
literally
winning money?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
no,
that's
these
different.
guys, they're really good bowlers.
I didn't realize they were bowling for
Chris
money.
is really
bowling
good.
for dollars. I
Chris
didn't know
has
that.
his own Viper ball.
And
I'm sorry, what?
He has his own
oh,
Viper
you
ball.
haven't
Does
seen
he
that?
really?
Yes, he does.
You
Does
haven't
it look
seen
like
that?
this? Behind him?
Yes.
He has his.
Nuh-uh.
No, it's serious stuff.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And
All
he's
right.
and they're good. And it's hard to be. And to me, maybe I didn't like it because I wasn't good at it.
Right. There you go.
And
yes.
But
Yes.
it's not easy to be a really good bowler.
Yes.
It takes time like anything else.
Exactly right. My brother, who you know, competitive softball leagues, there's competitive. You know, you put the beer keg at second base and you have a beer over there, right? My brother, didn't like to wear tennis shoes. So they were like, no, you're not playing. You can't play flip-flop softball. So you're going to be the manager, and we'll go get you a beer every time we round. How's that sound? So that's the people get kind of nutty, you know. Soccer's the same way, you know. But no, if it's competitive,
It's way back when, Angela.
Uh-huh.
There was a show here in St. Louis. And it was a very highly rated show.
Uh-huh.
It was called Bowling for Dollars.
I just said that. I didn't realize it was a show, though.
Which is why I'm sure somebody said that. They went, oh, my God, LMAO, my dad was on Bowling for Dollars.
I remember that. I remember that.
And I used to watch it. It was really
Yes.
popular.
I don't
And-
know the show, but I think that's hysterical.
Well, I think it was part of the reason the Bowling Hall of Fame was put in
Some
St.
of the
Louis.
best things that have ever happened to this country were back in the 80s, 70s, and early 90s. You need to really take your time machine back there. You will have a blast.
I told you I was going back
Okay.
in time when I
Yeah.
go back in time.
Yeah. Country wasn't so good back then. I
No.
mean, you had like Clint Black. You
I
had-
hate Clint Black with
Okay,
a
yeah,
passion.
you had,
I hate him. I hate him.
Why?
He called me a harlot.
A harlot?
On
Oh, my
TV.
God.
I like that. I like that.
I hate this band.
You are not a harlot.
We were at Wild Country, which used to be out in Collinsville, Illinois, and they used to have a show that aired on one of those channels, and we danced, and Clint Black was like the celebrity guest.
Yes.
I had a spot on that show called Angela's Fashion Corner
Here
because
we
I
go.
wore ridiculous, ridiculous
Jeez, what
outfits.
Yes.
I know Fashion Corner, right? You don't know it now because of my hoodies, but back in the day, I used to wear some outfits.
Yes.
And so they had asked him on TV about me, and he was like, "Oh, there's harlots like her at every bar."
Oh my God! Let me.
He
let me
said
just-
it on TV. I know I have a clip of
But
it
there
somewhere.
are harlots like you in every bar.
But I'm not a harlot, and that really
All right, I don't-
angered me.
I'm just going to throw it out there. I
Okay.
don't know what a harlot is. Please explain.
Like basically a hooker.
Well, at least, you know, maybe you're a beer winch, but you're definitely not a
Oh,
harlot.
I'm not that either. I just
No.
like the fun outfits. I mean, I used to be thinner, and I used to wear some really fun, loud outfits.
I can't believe that I hit on
Eric,
Clint
Eric
Black.
says that too.
That he used to be thinner and
I
wear
used to
some
be-
fun, loud.
Yes, I'm right there with you, Angela.
I knew I heard that before.
Oh,
For Halloween, we got some good stuff, right?
that's all right. That's all right. That's funny.
So,
as hell.
Chris, I heard you guys. You guys won 7 games or something?
Yeah, we won 3 games, so it's 7 points total.
That's awesome. All right, guys. We're covering the gamut of emotions. We're up, down, all around. It's a roller coaster ride on a Friday. A lot of serious going on, trying to have some fun at the same point in time. When we come back, we're also going to hear from Brad Young. President Biden decides that this morning was the time to announce his new Supreme Court nominee pick.
Boy, that's just kind of a weird time.
Do
isn't
you
it?
think it was already like set in stone?
Well,
like
that's-
they
it
already
could
had
have been.
everything like planned,
It
and
could
they
have been.
have to do it now because
could
it
have been.
So
seems
bad.
awkward.
It's just the
It's
timing
so
is
bad.
terrible.
It's so
just,
awkward.
I feel bad because it just seems like nothing can go right now for the administration. I mean, the ratings are in the tank, and then now you have to deal.
He can't do any worse.
You have to deal with this stuff over across seas. It's tough. So you want to be president, huh? Anyway,
Or mayor of St. Louis, huh?
you're playing tonight, right?
I am at the
We gotta
mayor's
take
ball.
a break. We'll get into
Playing
all
at
of
the
that.
mayor's ball.
I talked
Damn.
about you earlier.
Mayor's ball?
With me and Tashara. She's going to take me out for coffee.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you're
have
going to
to-
tell her how St. Louis needs
Yeah.
to change tonight,
Yeah.
right? Oh yeah, we'll
Well,
get it.
she's giving me 30 minutes of her time.
In the
Okay.
wig, right?
Maybe
Well,
we'll give you 5 minutes on this show. Back with more Edge right after this. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. It's the Morning Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We've also got your morning news headlines and sports and traffic coming up right after this.
Edge morning traffic.
If you got caught up in that messy morning commute yesterday, this morning will be a little treat for you out on the roads. I'm not tracking any major issues out there, just a couple minor incidents. Make sure you do take it slow, though, on those elevated surfaces, the flyover ramps, and the entrance and exit ramps to the interstates. 64 or 70 drivers, you're on the move, and that earlier incident, 64 westbound on the Boone Bridge, has cleared. A crash is on the shoulder. That's 270 northbound at 55. And then a couple parts of 364 and 141. A little bit rough this morning, so just take it slow, but the main interstates are in great shape. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
Wake up. The Edge Morning Show.
With everything going on today, it's easy to forget to take care of ourselves. Compass Health Network is here to help. We provide a wide range of mental health, primary care, and dental services for the entire family. Whether you need to talk to a therapist, get a routine health checkup, or have a filling replaced, Compass Health Network is here for you in person or virtually. Call 844-853-8937 to schedule an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Journey in concert. Freedom Tour 2022. March 21st at Enterprise Center. Journey with very special guest, Toto. Tickets on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Don't miss Journey Live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. Our latest winter system is out of the picture, headed to the East Coast now, especially the Northeast. Clouds giving way to partly sunny skies on this Friday. It's cold, it's windy, it's a bundle-up day. 32 will do it for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold. The winds go light, 17. The weekend is dry. Saturday, sunny. Let's call it cold from start to finish. 39-40 for the high on Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, clear skies and 22. And then on Sunday, sunny skies. It is going to be cold in the morning on Sunday, but we warm it up to about 45 Sunday afternoon. Temperatures getting a little bit warmer Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Well, we have some sad news, but it's Eric news right out of the gate today. Oscar-nominated MASH actress Sally Kellerman. You don't remember Sally Kellerman? You don't know who that is? If I give you her title from the show, I guarantee you'll be like, "Oh my God!" 2 words. Her nickname was 2 words.
Hot lip.
Bingo.
That's not right. Loretta Swit, I thought was
Hot Lips Houlihan.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to check that out.
No, it's Sally Kellerman, man.
Am I losing my mind?
You've lost your mind. Never mind. We're all dumber now for what I just did. I thought you would have known.
Okay, stop the press. Stop the press.
He walked out of the room.
Stop the press, because that's like my favorite show ever. There was a movie in 1960s.
Well, whatever. Oh, my God.
So Loretta Swit is still alive. The one from the TV show is still alive.
Mardi Gras Ball returns for its 20th anniversary.
Had a heart attack.
In St. Louis tonight. Platinum Rock Legends will be playing there as well, but the ball is not being held at St. Louis City Hall. It's being held at Union Station. That'll be interesting. We'll get the update from Erica Monday to find out how that was. You might have woke to some subdivisions and neighborhoods still slick Friday morning. Be careful on the roads as well. Still, MoDOT saying that. Most of the roads are fine, but there's still ice patches that are all around. Be careful whatever you do. Family still hasn't heard from a missing Belleville woman since January. We have that story on fox2now.com. Also, a woman was robbed at gunpoint during a home invasion in North St. Louis overnight. Police are still looking for suspects in that situation. Ukrainians in St. Louis are worried about loved ones in the Russian invasion. We've got that story on fox2now.com as well. Pay raises are coming to Missouri state workers. Billions headed to schools. That was the first bill that the Missouri legislature was able to pass this year because of the whole congressional map. But there's no set term. It's going to be up to each individual business to take care of that situation. Let's look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
This is Sharp on Sports. Now, here's Angela Sharp.
We are starting to get nervous. That's right. The Major League Baseball said if there is not a plan in place by February 28th, guess what? It's not happening. Regular season games will be canceled. So they've made a hard, fast deadline on this part. Now, they are meeting today, and they will see what happens. So I will be holding my breath.
They met for 4 hours yesterday.
Yeah, they're making some progress because everybody loses if they don't make a deal by Monday. So, I mean, talk about a hard, fast rule. I mentioned it in entertainment, but the Blues play the Sabres tonight. Puck drops at 7. That should be a good one. We always like it when the Sabres come to town. And this is probably more entertainment news, but Tom Brady will be producing and starring in a road trip movie with Lily Thompson, Jane Fonda, and Sally Field. So that should be it. You just shook your head like you didn't like it.
Oh, it's great.
And that's sports.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Brad Young will be calling us in 5 minutes, talk about President Biden's new nominee for the Supreme Court. We'll get all the latest on that as you head into your weekend. It is Friday. It's Mardi Gras weekend. Angela gave us the updates earlier. A lot of things going on around town to get out and have fun. It's not going to be any particularly warm weekend. It'll be chilly tomorrow. At least we don't have ice, sleet, snow, slush, whatever else that's coming down, rain. And we're supposed to start getting some sun, which is good as well. And then, of course, Monday we'll find out if Tashara Jones actually gave Eric any time.
Oh, that's right.
Eric, because every day Eric tells Tashara Jones how she's messing up the city. So this is your chance to go up, as Angela said, in your wig and say, no, listen, Tashara. I can save St. Louis. I can help you save St. No, listen to me. Here's the first thing you need to do.
I feel like her people already have Eric on some sort of watch. And they're going to make sure he doesn't come too close to her.
Why do you think they moved it out of City Hall into Union Station? The little gig tonight. I'm excited to see what that's all about. I am.
The Mayor's Ball is always a good time, right?
I'm excited to see what it's about. But no, Tashara has agreed to meet with me for about 30 minutes, about 6 o'clock today before the show. And she wants me to run a list of what I think I could do better.
Why do I feel like that's a lie?
To make St. Louis operate more and have more businesses come into town and make the citizens of St. Louis feel safe. And I thought it's a great opportunity, and I'll report back to you what she says.
Hey, Jeannie wants to know if you have to wear a mask while playing.
No.
That would
What's
be
a
funny.
mask?
Well,
they don't have those out here in St. Charles.
Yeah, well, they do out down there in the city, my friend.
You mean like a Mardi Gras mask?
No, not one of those.
Are you kidding me? If I have to do that, I will resign my.
That will be interesting. People aren't going to be wearing masks inside Union Station. They don't even wear them at the Blues games. It's a joke. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It is an absolute joke. The whole situation in the city is an absolute joke.
It is.
Going to bars,
Sucks.
going to restaurants, go into any place. Nobody's wearing the freaking mask. They're not.
You're
it's
right.
over. It's silly.
Yeah.
More of a serious update. Now, the Kiev mayor is issuing a dire update as the Russian troops are closing on Ukraine's capital. They're actually telling citizens to make Molotov cocktails
Holy crap!
to try to protect themselves. I mean, that's what they've been reduced to as the United States kind of sits here as.
Does it? Am
I
I the
thought
only
Joe
one?
was going to help him.
Am I the only one in this room that feels like you're just walking down the street and you're seeing this little old lady get mugged by a 300-pound guy, and the lady's yelling for help, and you just kind of meander right past her? I mean, am I the only one that kind of feels that way? Like,
You
man,
mean as if, well, we knew he was going to do it, so we just sat there and watched it.
And then
we knew.
What was worse
that
is
us
that he
telling
did it.
him that we're not going to give him his dinner tonight if he does it.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, yeah, I mean, whatever the analogy you want to use to say, hey, I'm going to throw this stick at you and it might hit you in the back.
So
I mean, I just feels helpless for these guys. Here's one thing that let me tell you, the optics of this is creepy, and I'll throw this out here. I saw this on Fox today. Did you know that they are bringing mobile crematoriums over there to burn the war dead? So they don't bury them in the. It's not like 1940 where they bury mass graves and bury you on the spot. No, they're using a crematorium, which is really bad because I believe that Zelensky is Jewish. So they have this guy that is the number one target. The Zelensky is the number one target of the Russians. His family is the number two target. Well, what does that mean?
He is in a bunker, by the way.
Okay, fantastic. But what does that mean? You are a target to die?
Yeah,
Are you
well,
they're
a
using
prisoner
the word
of war.
They're
When you
using
take down,
prisoner of war.
Yeah, you take whatever it means. You take that. That's you go get the head of the other state, the head of the other.
I don't know
country.
that means that much anymore.
Sure, it does. It's
I
not like
don't-
it was olden days, but it means. It certainly means a lot to Putin. That's for sure.
They're using some very cryptic language. Like if you resist, you will be. Other word that I hate that they're using is decapitate the leadership. I can't
Ooh,
believe
I don't like that.
some of the words that they're using. Look, Putin's a pariah. Whatever he was last week he was at least contained, and he was a thug. Now he's that 300-pound dude beating up an 87-year-old helpless female on the side of the street. And the rest of the world seems to be going, well, if you come over to this side of the street, we'll kick your ass. But go ahead and knock that 87-year-old out over there. So that's the optics of this are getting really ugly. On top of that, we're going to do a story right now with Brad about a damn Supreme Court nominee. Are you kidding me? You don't think you could put your files away for a while and deal with the issues at hand? Why don't you try this, Biden? Why don't we start opening up some pipelines? Why don't we start opening up some pipelines? Why don't we get
Well, John Parker asked me earlier, what are we supposed to do? It was like the first thing you do.
Let me tell you.
You open up the pipeline, number one. Number two, you stop buying from Russia oil right now. Do whatever it
Exactly.
has. You cut their ass off for what they are doing to innocent humans. That's the first thing.
Number one first thing.
Yes,
Correct.
yes. You force Germany and Italy, whatever means necessary, to sign on to the agreement to take Russia out of the SWIFT banking system right now.
Exactly.
They find a way. You guys, you all come together and you find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way to get your energy outside of Russia.
Yes, exactly.
You leave
right.
them by yourselves.
Yeah.
But Putin would not have done this had he not already secured everything that he needed to secure. He's not stupid. He's a genius when it comes to military strategy. And I guarantee something went on behind the scenes before. This has been
You
talked
think?
about for a long time. These things just don't happen. Military intelligence across the world is all knowing. It's out there. Countries know. We just didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything.
And Putin knew what kind of resistance he would have and what kind of resistance he would have.
You remember yesterday when we
It's
talked?
all. It wasn't just, hey, I'm going to go take over a country and see what happens. No.
He doesn't think he's taking over anything. He's just reacquiring.
Well,
It's like your girlfriend taking your socks and you going over there and saying, "I'm getting my damn socks back." That's the truth. And here's the deal. You remember yesterday we talked, or were you? I don't even know if you were here, but
Wasn't
it
here
takes a
yesterday.
long ass time to not hit an iceberg if you're driving the Titanic. You better start pulling that wheel real damn quick. Your strategy today as the U.S. government, as NATO, as Europe, as whatever, you guys better be figuring out. You have China to deal with pretty soon here. China's going to be a lot different than Russia. So you buy a lot of products over there from China. You better figure out how Apple's going to interact with China from this point forward, how Google's going to interact with China from this point forward. You need to figure out so many things. It's unbelievable. So what do, John Parker? Let me just say this. You shut everything down. You stop Putin having the ability to actually spend money anywhere, number one. Number two, you get on commitment, Europe buying your oil, which you're about to go ramp up, and you will supply clean natural gas. You will supply crude oil. You will feed the European nations. You need to have a counterbalance to this, and it doesn't seem like Biden really knows, which room he's supposed to read the teleprompter in right now, and that's scary.
Well, that's the one major story. The other one that comes out in the midst of all of this is the fact that President Biden has now announced his pick for the Supreme Court, and Brad Young, our attorney, 2 days in a row, back to back. How lucky are we, Brad? You were so good yesterday. We wanted you back again today. What's the latest on this pick? And I guarantee we have some questions about the timing. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, the timing is suspect, but you'll note before we get all into this, Vic. And first of all, good morning, you and Eric.
Angela's here today as well, and Chris.
Oh, Chris, hello. Good morning. I texted you yesterday telling you this was going to happen.
Yes, you did.
And the way that I figured it out was that Judge Ketanji Brown is on the D.C. Court of Appeals, and they typically issue opinions on Fridays. But they issued an opinion that Ketanji Brown was part of. They issued that opinion yesterday when they normally issue opinions on Friday. So when I saw that they were issuing opinions on a Thursday, I remembered that the only other time that's happened was when Brett Kavanaugh was appointed to the Supreme Court, because he was also on the D.C. Court of Appeals. So I just took a wild guess and figured that was going to be the pick, and it was going to happen today.
By the way, when you got off the phone yesterday, Eric's like, damn, every time I talk to Brad, we realize how good he is and how smart he is and crafty, and what you say usually comes true.
Well, I tried.
It's true.
It
is, Brad.
Don't
You're
ask
one
me
of a
about
kind,
lottery
man.
numbers, because I would suck at that.
But when it comes to law, you're there. And
Thank
you did.
Well,
and
most
now I'm
of the
glad
time.
we're able to
I'm
talk to
not
you.
100%, but I try. Here's the breakdown on Ketanji Brown. Basically, her career, she's got a very good career. As the research that I've done, she's been 8 years as a district judge. She served on the U.S. Sentencing Commission. She clerked for Justice Breyer, and she's got 2 degrees from Harvard. So she's well-credentialed. She's done the right things. Whenever you clerk for a Supreme Court justice, that automatically gives you a leg up in going to the Supreme Court yourself. Now, as far as at least from my analysis of what she's done in her career, I don't see that she's been a barnstorming progressive. I don't see that. I don't see any evidence where she's taken extreme positions in order to argue or to advance progressivism. But what I do notice is that there's really nothing that stands out about any of her opinions or any of her legal work or any of her work as a judge. She's not really noted for being particularly brilliant. There's no opinions that were revolutionary or in any way really stood out. So this, to me, is kind of like a stealth judge or a stealth promotion to the Supreme Court, much like David Souter was for President Bush, meaning the hope was with David Souter, since he didn't have a long track record, is that he wouldn't have anything that he said that would be controversial. And I see that really as what applies to Ketanji Brown.
Ketanji Brown. I have to remember that. What's the likelihood that she gets through the Senate right now? I mean, you have Kristen Sinema. These guys do not want, they've made it clear they don't want liberalism. They don't want to color the court in political thinking. What is the chances that she gets through? It seems pretty high to me.
It seems pretty high. Here's the one thing that we don't know, because it's never happened before in the history of our country. And I may have already talked with you guys about this previously, but we all assume that if there's a 50-50 tie in the Senate, that Vice President Kamala Harris breaks the tie. But that is contained in Article 1 of the Constitution, and applies only to bills. It doesn't apply to anything else. And where it talks about passing, or rather the Senate having advice and consent on Supreme Court nominees in a different part of the Constitution, it doesn't say anything about a tie-breaking vote from the vice president. And in fact, Alexander Hamilton wrote in, as he was writing the Federalist Papers, Alexander Hamilton wrote that if there be a tie, then the nomination falls because you have to carry a majority of the Senate. And the vice president is not in the Senate. Yeah. So my question is, how would this be interpreted? Now, my guess is, just like everything in Washington, is that there won't be necessarily anyone being a stickler for the rules, and if there is a tie in the Senate, that Kamala Harris would break that tie. But we've got constitutional law scholars from Lawrence Tribe on the left to Alan Dershowitz on the right, both saying the exact same thing. The vice president cannot break a tie when it comes to a Supreme Court nominee. Now, this has never come up in the history of our country because until very recently, a nominee had to get 60 votes in the Senate to go on to the Supreme Court. So this was never an issue that our nation has dealt with until this very moment.
Exactly right. And, it's – so I think that the thing is this. You would never put this Supreme Court justice nominee up there if you didn't talk to the people that you thought could be a problem. So somehow you would think behind closed doors they said, hey, we're doing this. What do you think? And then you have Manchin and you have Sinema and maybe even a couple of Republicans. I could see a Susan Collins jumping on board with something like this and going, okay, we got 57 votes. We're fine. I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now, correct?
Well, it is correct. But here's the big unknown, Eric. And as we saw with Brett Kavanaugh, if you would have looked at Brett Kavanaugh, and I know it was a complete smear job on him when he went up to the Supreme Court or during his nomination process for the Supreme Court, but when he's a poster child for saying you don't know how the hearings are going to go. You never know because they can't research everything from the White House's perspective, but there are enough interest groups out in the world that can do a lot more research than can the White House in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So you just don't know what's going to come out. And if something comes out during the nomination hearings that is explosive, that is controversial, then you're going to see even a Susan Collins or a Lisa Murkowski running for the hills and not wanting to vote for a person if it comes out that that she wants to defund the police.
Right.
If that comes out, they're not going to vote for her.
Brad, finally, what is the timing?
The timing, as we've seen with Amy Coney Barrett, can go very quickly. In this instance, I think it's in the president's best interest to make it go as long as possible because every time that it's being discussed in the news, that's that much less time to discuss gas prices, inflation, supply chain issues, the lack of groceries in the grocery store, all of those other problems. So this, combined with the Russian-Ukrainian situation, really is a benefit from a PR perspective to the president because it eliminates news coverage of things that would otherwise be eroding his popularity.
I'll say this, though. It might be in the if it's a slam dunk, it might be in the Republicans' best interest to go, yeah, I don't see any problem here. Vote her through. You know what I mean? And just then it takes all the sting off of it, us versus
them.
Pull
the Band-Aid quickly. Don't pull it gradually. Just rip it off.
Right. Exactly right.
Brad, anything else before we let you go today? Because I know we've gotten you 2 days in a row, and we appreciate your time.
That's okay. No, and I know you got other things other than to sit and yap with me. So, no, that about covers it. And if I uncover some additional information, guys, I will certainly bring it your way.
When can people hear you again on KMOX?
Next Tuesday. Normally I'm on Wednesday nights on KMOX, but there's a Billikens game next Wednesday, so I'll be on Tuesday night, KMOX 8 to 10.
All right, Brad Young of Harris Dowell Fisher & Young. We appreciate it. Have an awesome weekend.
Great to talk to you guys.
All right, it's a Friday. There's a lot going on. That's what we'd like to talk to Brad about.
Wasn't the 8 to 10 slot George Norrie on KMOX? Or Art Bell back in the day?
I think it was Art Bell.
It was Art. Do you remember Art Bell?
Nope.
You love that time-space continuum alien
I would
stuff.
have loved to listen to that.
Yes,
check out George Norrie. He's great.
He's great too. But you know what? He's in that time slot. He could kind of slip that stuff in there. I'm going to be his manager. Anyway, back to COVID.
Oh, speaking of COVID, everybody keeps leaving the hospital, which is a damn good thing.
Oh, that's great. Then.
It is good news. Russian forces getting closer to taking over the capital now. Drew told us, mark his words, it's going to happen by the weekend. Yeah, I know. We're seeing it right now, unfortunately. Ukraine is trying to put up a little bit of a fight. Eric just brought it up before we talked to Brad.
They beat back the Russians off some bridge, and it's like the New England Patriots questioning themselves in the fourth quarter, going, "Are we playing this game right?" and then the Jacksonville Jaguars are like, "We could actually win this game,"
but they're still moving at a pretty good
Yeah, I
speed.
know.
It's just a matter of time, unfortunately, before that stuff happens, because we already talked about the military might that Russia has compared to that of Ukraine. Zelensky is Jewish, by the way. I don't know what the point was you were making.
Well, I
with
was
that as you
making
brought
it's
that up,
optics.
but-
The fog of war is what can you see through the fog, and the optics are what you see through the fog of war, Angela. And when they are bringing in mobile crematoriums into the theater, and your leader is Jewish, there's a bizarre optic there, and it's not
Yeah.
spoken.
No, yeah,
It's not spoken. It's a visual, and it goes on Twitter and it goes on Facebook, and guys like Putin don't care. They're Rusky. They're men. They will do the job. So
but Putin also said he was calling for the denazification of the country.
exact.
Which
You
made-
have the word Nazi. You have the word decapitate. You have crematoriums. You have.
it was
It's
very
getting it's getting dark. Let's just put it that way. This is not some police action. This is not the United States going into Vietnam in 1960, whatever. This is not the World War II, the greatest generation who picked themselves up to go defeat Nazism. This is a 300-pound drunk dude at your bar that literally goes outside and beats the crap out of some chick.
It's just so interesting because take, for instance, any boxing fan, you know who the Klitschko brothers are. They were world heavyweight boxing champ. I mean, they were at the top of the boxing game, vowing to be in the streets fighting against Russian troops. These are guys that were basically representing Russia and Ukraine. And they're like, we're gonna have to be we're in the streets fighting. If they try to come down our streets and take our towns, we're going to be fighting. This is the former world champ, world champs of the heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
what?
Here's one thing that I don't
The
understand.
Klitschko brothers.
Right.
Here's one thing I don't understand. If you have your own country and you have 40 million people in your country, right?
Right.
How do you not have strong arms? How do you not have rocket launchers? How do you not have rockets? How do you not have bombs? How do you not, you know what I mean?
Because they don't have oil, because they're not that kind
Yeah,
of
but
a
there's
country.
40 million people there, and if you look at the live shots of Ukraine, it doesn't look like Afghanistan.
No, it's
So
going to be an insurgent.
Why do they not have a military?
They do.
It's
It's the military of Mexico. It's not the military of China. It's two totally different things. Mexico could defend their borders against, I don't know, Central America, but they can't against the United States. So it's the same
Well, you're
thing.
going to hear the national media. I'm thinking kind of do away with this the next few days and try to cast blame away from the United States. But you've also got trying to make a name. Hillary Clinton.
Oh God!
Is trying to make
This
a
is
name
Friday,
for
son.
herself.
Stop. It's Friday.
She is saying that this isn't.
Let me guess. It's Donald Trump's fault.
It's Donald Trump's fault.
Oh, imagine that.
He, along with Republicans, have enabled the Putin aggression.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they gave aid and comfort to Putin. She said this at an MSNBC interview now. And she's like, this isn't Biden's fault. This is how the media tank goes. And this is why, because I always say you should never watch national media because it's not fair.
It's not true.
It's
Yeah.
News Nation does an outstanding job, as I've said time and time again, of covering both sides. You're just not going to see that. The fact that she would appear on Morning Joe and say Trump's the reason, especially after we were just talking about, and you heard Donald Trump talking from a few years ago.
Come on, Vic. Does that surprise you, the Morning Joe? It's a good place to spread that crap.
On
look behind you.
MSNBC.
Look behind you. Police arrest 1,700 anti-war protesters in
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of weird dynamics that are not being figured out.
Russian citizens upset with what their government is doing. It's 2022, sign of the times.
Yeah, sure.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2, back with more of the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio right after this.
Angela, you doing okay over there?
Doing all right.
You're not saying too much.
I know. Just trying to survive.
Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
Taco Bell presents a get out of bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing on lemonade. How extreme! And oh, look at that, you just won the lottery. Is that a castle? Take the keys, it's your property. What's better than swimming in space? Just wait for the big reveal. It's Taco Bell breakfast and it's actually real. So it's time to wake up and bid your dreams farewell. Because toasted breakfast burritos are waiting for you, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444. dryoureyes.com.
Hey, it's Shanny for Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials: a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Hey, Brian Dawson here. Folks, Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction is a roofing company dedicated to excellence and quality. We are very familiar with working with insurance as well as uninsured roofing needs. We do room additions, small roofs, big roofs, steep roofs, flat roofs, residential and commercial. So hey, if you have any roofing or construction needs, call me, Brian Dawson.
Learn more by visiting BrianDawsonRoofing.com or call 636-465-9465. That's 465-9465.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion, first with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again. You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This is a Friday crazy thing. Eric, I think you and I have just agreed on something music-wise for the first time ever.
What?
I agree that this is the greatest bass tone.
It is the greatest bass tone
and
ever
I'm
recorded.
I'm not a Nirvana fan at all, and I never was. But if you're talking bass and that, man, I'm with you.
Chris Novoselic was a bad dude.
I am
man.
with you, dude.
Yeah.
We have found some common ground when it comes to music.
I mean, he kind of made it so bass doesn't have rock bass anyway. It doesn't have to be boring. But country bass will always be boring.
Welcome back to the show, Eric Johnson. Chris
I was over here jamming out, thinking I was being nice, but no.
True story, guys.
Eric's not playing nice
true
today.
story. Angela last night, I was stuck in traffic, and I just was kind of messing around with Facebook. I was like, oh, look, Van Halen back in 1978. Look how badass this dude is. You don't see these
I saw that text this
You
morning.
see that? Did you watch the video?
No.
Okay, there's a little video I sent.
Oh, yeah. I did see that this morning. Sorry, I was asleep when you sent it.
Right. And so anyway. So I basically sent it to the group, Vic, Chris, Angela, and Vic says something like, oh, that was my favorite era. Jump was awesome. Actually, it was way before Jump, that picture I showed you. And then Angela chimes in. She goes, which one's Eddie? Because it was a picture of Eddie and David Lee Roth. And I just
I
wanted.
didn't know which one was which.
I wanted to stab myself with a hot butter fork or butter knife or whatever.
I'm sorry. I really didn't know which one was which. I had picked which one I thought was more attractive.
Which one's more attractive
But
between
I didn't
the two?
know which one was which. The blonde.
The blonde, David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth.
Okay, all right.
Man, I'm going to do this, Angela. I'm going to invite you over one night.
Okay. Private party? Eric and Angela's private party?
That's right.
Okay.
A private party with beer and YouTube. And I'm just going to go through what I think was the greatest era of music of all time.
Okay, I'm
And
down for that. I am actually down for that.
And then I'm going to play.
I like music.
And then I'm going to play an Eric Church video. And you're going to go, oh, damn, I've been eating that this whole time? Oh, my Lord.
I like country for the lyrics, not for any other reason. I like country music for the lyrics.
You don't like the beats?
I mean, some beats, yeah, for sure. But
lyrics.
lyrics are what got me into country to start with. But if you want to play some Snoop Dogg, too, we can do that.
Hey, before we get back into the latest update, how about this for birthdays today? Crazy day of birthdays. First of all, you've got Rashida Jones from Parks and Recreation, The Office.
Mm-hmm.
She's 46.
Which one was she?
She is.
Was that Jim's girlfriend? It was Jim's
She's
other
African
girlfriend.
American. She's. I thought she was at.
Okay. I don't know.
I'm trying to hold on a second.
No, you're right. No, she was. It was Jim's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You've also got Chelsea. Well, anyway, Rashida's 46. Chelsea Handler's 47.
So?
I know.
Right, okay. Didn't know we didn't like her.
About 20 years ago, Eric, I really liked Julio Iglesias Jr.
Who didn't?
Yeah, I like some of his songs, his dance songs.
Yes.
He's 49 today.
And he still looks like he's like George Michael.
No,
he's like George Michael. George could have lived
He's
till
still a
200.
good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And he's still married. It's one of those celebrity couples that have stood the test of time.
Good.
Yeah, I love that.
To Anna Kournikova, who was the tennis star.
Right.
I remember him.
They have kids together. They're still married. You don't see them out in the drama.
Yep.
They're 100 millionaires.
Yeah.
And they stay out of the limelight.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Good for them.
Are they in Miami?
I don't know where they are. I'll go stalk in a second.
If you want to be a celebrity couple, you got to get away from the dumbass cities like Los Angeles,
sure.
New York, and those big ones. You literally have to be in a Nashville or somewhere like that. I'm sorry, that external pressure, I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Actor Sean Astin, who's been in tons of things.
love him.
His birthday. That's why I
Now,
went
who
through
is
this.
he? Who is he?
He was Stranger Things, Lord of the Rings.
Stranger Things.
Mikey from
Yeah.
Goonies.
Gotcha.
I love that guy.
And you should know I think is his most popular movie of all time.
Rudy.
Boy, Rudy.
That's right. I only remember him because he used to always take the respirator thing. Remember in Goonies?
Yes.
He's always sucking on that thing.
He's the star of the Goonies, other than the Hey You Guys guy.
Actress Taya Leone. You don't remember Taya Leone?
I know the name, and I used to have a crush on her for some reason.
Yeah, she was Elizabeth McCord on Madam Secretary.
Yeah.
She's a real-life ex-wife of David Duchovny as well.
Well, how about that?
She was a very pretty
There
lady.
you go. Yeah, she was.
Last time I saw her, at least.
She was like the United States version of Elizabeth Hurley.
Nancy O'Dell from
Nancy
Entertainment Tonight. somebody I
hey.
know as well. Carrot Top.
That's not funny.
I love Carrot. How old is Carrot Top these days?
57.
No, he is not.
And, guess how much Carrot Top's worth? $70 million.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Isn't he at the Lumiere out there in
I don't know,
where's he at
man.
out in Vegas? Like
I
Bellagio
don't
or
know.
something
I
like
just,
that? Yeah.
I don't know Carrot Top.
Yeah.
I don't know. A friend of mine made out with him a couple years ago.
Oh, my God.
I'm
you
done with
always
this
have these
conversation.
I'm
stories.
sorry. I can't help it. Every time you guys talk about somebody oddly,
And you bring
weirdly
up one of your friends made out with somebody.
Where at?
awfully-
In Vegas?
in Vegas, yeah.
What happens in Vegas stays in
Oh, my
Vegas.
God. Kurt Rambis, who wore the crazy black glasses for the Lakers back in their heyday with Magic Johnson. He had long, stringy hair and black. And he played with black, dark glasses.
I don't remember him. That's weird.
Ric Flair, arguably the best professional wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
And
He
we
was
stood around.
He used to be on KPLR TV here in St.
That's
Louis.
right, he did.
Yeah.
The Nature Boy, 73 years old today.
Wow.
And, we're not done.
Oh, gosh. There's a lot.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
She's got to be
We're
101.
talking 87.
She's
She's on her way.
I was on the Sally
But she
Jesse
was
Raphael show.
daytime. She was a
You were not.
Yes, I was.
What were you on the show for?
For watching? I was in the crowd. I wasn't
she
actually
was a
on.
daytime TV icon.
Yeah.
Who was also known for her glasses.
Red icon. Red eyes con.
The same thing. So seriously, I mean, it's crazy if you think of all the birthdays.
Wow, that's a lot of birthdays. So if you were born on this day, maybe you're going to be famous.
Which is why I was trying to take some time to get to all that.
That was good.
That's cool.
That was good. I hate that the lower you go on the list, the more irrelevant they become.
Well, I'm sure that's how they do
they're
it.
older.
From a friend of mine and local business owner, I partied with Carrot Top.
Carrot Top! Wow!
At Tao in Vegas once.
See, this is where everybody meets
Yeah.
Carrot Top.
He's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
That's why my friend made out with him.
Exclamation
He's
point.
not good looking.
Exclamation
No.
point.
I mean, if you put a bag over
well, you
his
saw how
head-
big he got,
Yeah.
right? He
If
got
you-
into weightlifting and he went from like 150 to 250
Yeah.
and was just a big muscle head.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
So do women? So he's ugly as sin. Let's not.
Okay, right.
He looks like a red little lion walking
Oh my
around.
God.
His face is all
That's
puffed
pretty-
up.
That's pretty bad.
He'll tell you the same thing. I look like a red little lion. I should be
Right.
called Lion Top. So he walks around Vegas, but you see he's got a ripped body, which he does. Do women go, money, ugly face, body, I'm in? So you have to have like two of the three, right?
So I think the particular friend that I know that made out with him is a little bit different. I think she made out with him because it was going to be a funny story down the line.
There's somebody-
Oh,
There-
There was a
damn. That's
significant-
cool.
There's somebody for everybody.
There was a significant age difference, and because she's like maybe 40.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what did you say he is?
I said Carrot Top's 57.
Yeah, so there was a 17 age
yeah.
group, right? And she was just like, Carrot Top,
He's Eric's
he
age.
was crazy, so
Stop it.
why not make out with him? So that's what she did.
So he looks, he's got the body of a 30-year-old for sure.
No doubt.
I mean,
no doubt about it.
He said that he started working out because he was bored when he got the residency out there. He's like, there's nothing to do. I guess I'll just work out. And he continued and continued and
He got the
continued.
bug, the health bug.
Exactly. Because he was at his funniest when he was that little kid, the skinny little gaunt kid, just pulling stuff out of his little treasure, his little bucket or whatever it was. And then he just got, but I guess he uses it in his act now. Hey, you know what? More power to him. $70 million.
We're $70
That's a
million.
good amount of money, my friend.
$70 million, and I guess he hangs out in Vegas. Todd says he took a bunch of steroids. We all know that someone who does that. We all know what that does to someone.
Yeah, stay away from that garbage.
I didn't know he took a bunch of steroids.
The phone number is 636-695-2915. If you want to give us a call, you have to talk to Andrew. At least start with her. She's the gatekeeper.
I'm the gatekeeper of the phone.
636-695-2915. Tracy says he's cool, kind of scary looking though. Tracy says we also partied with Carrot Top. Damn, who hasn't?
Oh
There
my
you go.
God! What's going on around here?
Apparently, Carrot Top is a very friendly dude.
And
down
he's
there.
like the Jeannie says your friend making out with Carrot Top's gross.
Well, I think she did it for the story. I'm not kidding.
Oh my! Todd says the country music, all it is a bunch of white people with no rhythm.
Ouch. I mean, I don't
true
know why.
story. It's true
I don't know
story.
why you're
No,
shooting
let me-
shots
let
at
me-
me here.
let me
Amy
just say
Bittner
this.
thinks that Eddie was hotter than David.
Well, in the photo
you know
I
what?
saw,
To
the
each his
blonde
own.
guy was hot.
That's what I said. To
Fine,
each
whatever.
their own. Exactly.
Fine, whatever.
Everybody.
It was the best band ever.
Cindy wants to know, and real quick,
Yeah.
Cindy wants to know: are you going to get your COVID test
jeez.
before you go to?
I have to.
Yeah, before you go to the mayor's
I
ball
got to do
tonight.
it. I got to do it.
Wait, you haven't done it already?
No.
Does it have to be a PCR test?
He can get
Yeah.
it today. No, they have rapid test.
But does that count? Because
I thought that it didn't matter. I didn't think it had to be a PCR.
I don't know. I just know that the city has some interesting rules, and I thought for sure it had to be a PCR
no,
test.
I don't think so.
You would know better than I.
I'm just saying. I think it's well. I mean, you got the email. I didn't get the
I got
email. I'm
no
not
email.
performing tonight.
I got no email.
Eric, what were you going to say before I interrupted you, buddy?
No, I was gonna support country music. There's some of the best musicians on the planet. They're a little boring. They like to eat a lot of catering. They like to. They're not real. It's not like Van Halen back in
Does
1980.
Luke Bryan look like he's eating a lot of catering?
Okay, let me tell you the dynamic of how it works on the tour. Well, Eric Church, for God's sakes. So the
Eric Church isn't eating a lot of catering either.
No,
So
you need to pick somebody who's bigger.
Yeah,
I'm not even
you're
worried
thinking
about that.
old country, or there's a couple new.
Okay, these cats that go and do the albums that you listen to, these guys look like they've drinking a few beers in your backyard over the years. These
That's
are some of the
Luke
best.
Combs.
Yeah, Luke's taking care of everybody.
The Luke Bryan and Eric are not eating or drinking. I
Luke
don't think.
Combs is eating for everyone.
They are. I don't consider
He had everybody's
I don't
meal.
consider those guys country dudes. I consider the guys that like the guitar pickers, the bass players, the drummers, the keyboard players, the steel guitar players, the guys that know how to make your country album sound like they're amazing. These guys are so impressive and amazing musicians. It's unbelievable. They usually don't even tour with the bands. They just do the albums and then send out the 28-year-old kid who can barely play the songs on tour with them. But in Angela's defense, even though I think country is the most boring music on the planet besides polka music, they are some of the best musicians out there, for real, no doubt.
Danny
no doubt.
says Eric needs to wear a MAGA hat tonight for at least one set.
Not unless I get a meeting with Tashara.
I thought you had a 30-minute coffee break.
That was a joke. I need my 30-minute meeting, and then I'll do it.
Todd said, yeah, exactly. Let us know how that goes tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need a whole briefing on Monday morning.
No, I'm
Or
lazy.
let's go Brandon shirt as you strum your guitar.
Let's go, John Parker. Da, 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 da.
Are you wearing your? Do you know your outfit for the evening is like more fancy than
It
normal?
has to be.
Oh, it has to be.
You have to be in a suit, don't you?
We'll see about that, Vic. I mean, I don't.
I thought you have to be in like a sequin suit or something.
I'm
Do you have a sequin suit?
Have you seen his closet?
You do.
No.
I can tell by your
No,
smile face.
No. I have a sequin guitar strap. Maybe we'll do that one. But
It's
no.
so fancy.
I don't know much about this Queen's Ball. This is Mayor's Ball.
You're doing the Queen's Ball now, huh?
I don't know much about it. I'm going to show up, and I think that it's supposed to be a PG-13 show tonight. No funnels.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no. Never mind.
That would be funny.
I forgot that you guys do the funnels.
Speak while we're talking about
We're actually going to be
groups.
selling our funnels
I'm
on
sorry.
eBay.
Really?
Yes.
Used funnels or
And signed.
yeah.
Oh, geez.
For those fans, One Republic is coming to the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in August now.
Who?
One Republic.
And they sing "Give Me a Song."
It's in my mind. Hold on a second.
I haven't heard that one. It's in my mind.
No.
It's
One
a good.
Republic.
Here, I'm
No,
writing
they're
that
pretty.
down.
They're pretty popular. One Republic's popular. What is
Not
it?
popular enough, apparently.
They sound like I'm gonna know them. That's why I asked for the song.
No, you
but
do.
I'm not near a computer I can play on. Otherwise, I'd
This
look
is
them up.
embarrassing because this is supposed to be a big deal.
No,
And-
they are. They are a big deal. They are. They're not to
Yeah.
me, but they are.
Okay.
And the fact that they're actually coming to Hollywood shows because you're not. I mean, come on.
I've seen some duds out there. So there's not.
No, I don't think One Republic's a dud.
We'll see.
They don't.
All right, we'll see.
Hold on
One
a second.
Republic.
No, I want to.
Is it one of those bands that you have to sit for 2 hours to get to the encore to hear the one song you actually wanted to come hear?
No, they have a couple hits. They have at least a couple hits.
A couple of hits out of 20 songs? Yeah, that's not worth the $200.
Well,
ticket.
their biggest song, at least record sales wise, "If I Lose Myself," that was top 10
Is that
in
Eminem?
several countries.
You and I
Lose
both.
myself in the moment, that kind of
What did
thing.
you just say? No, we're thinking.
If
of the
Chris
wrong
was here,
song.
we could pop it
Yeah.
up.
I'm sorry. I will do a better job.
But anyway,
I was also watching what's
just-
going on above your head, Vic.
what's
Apparently,
going on?
Anonymous, Anonymous, that guy
Oh,
who wears
yeah,
the
I
creepy
saw
mask,
that.
he is declaring war on Russia.
On Mother
So,
Russia.
That's happening, which is interesting.
yeah, that was the big, from my text line from a friend of mine. If I lose myself, counting stars, I lived. They're pretty popular. So
Take your
anyway.
word for it.
Yeah, that they are. So we've got that situation. You've also got China now coming out internationally refusing to say anything negative about Putin and what Russia is doing. So you know where China is. And also not only not saying anything against what Russia is doing, but blaming the United States. I'm just telling you, it's all, they're together. China's blaming the United States, saying it's that it's the United States' fault. Beijing may find itself in a complex situation, when people are going after them.
No, this is all scripted.
It's scripted.
It's done.
That's exactly
They've started.
they were flying warplanes in Taiwan yesterday.
The day that the Olympics were over, Beijing and Moscow were tipping their little glasses of champagne to each other, saying, "Hit this enter button, click." And as soon as that enter button was clicked, there was no turning it off.
They said that the United States fanned the flame, saying that this was going to happen over the last few weeks. This is how
they fanned the flames.
Quote, fanned.
You were the
flames.
one that said it wasn't.
Exactly.
Putin, we have no intention of invading Ukraine. Oh, wait, I slipped. What an idiot. I'm sorry. It's like this. The reason that this is so bad is because when you have a 4,000-pound boulder at the top of a mountain, Angela,
Yep, sorry.
and there's a potential for this thing to either fall off the mountain and just go, or you can secure this thing and make sure that it doesn't start rolling, actually. Well, the United States didn't do enough, NATO didn't do enough to make the boulder not go down the hill. Now, the problem you have is how do
For
you...
like the first time in history.
Exactly.
That's what people should be scared about.
Exactly. Now, how do you figure out how to keep the village at the bottom of the mountain from getting destroyed by this boulder is the big problem. What do you do now? It's a much harder problem as this thing is going down this hill than it was at the top of the hill. So that's
and you're going to
where
continue
we're at.
to see videos and stories come out of Ukraine of harrowing acts, but at the same point in time, we already know the final outcome. And that's the sad part of this.
Yeah.
Putin's not going to negotiate with the West. He says he's willing to negotiate with Ukraine, but we already know what that's going to do.
It's not.
It's not a negotiation.
They're using words like decapitate. They're using words like they've got their sights on exactly what. If you saw the last,
but seriously, it just came out, Eric, about a minute ago. Ukraine defense officials claiming that Russia's lost 2,800 service members already.
No, stop.
That's
no way.
That's what Ukraine says.
They were 150 at the end of yesterday.
But she also says that Russia's lost 80 tanks, 516 armored combat vehicles, 10 aircraft, and 7 helicopters. We are strong. Victory will be ours. But then Putin just came out and said he's demanding, and this is what you're talking about with words, demanding the Ukrainian army to lay down their arms and remove their neo-Nazi leadership, which is a flat-out
neo-Nazi. He's a Jew,
and the fact that he's a Jew. Exactly,
he's a Jew.
You create a narrative. You create a narrative that's not true. The Taliban did this. Al Qaeda did this.
Right.
You blame and say things that you're doing, and accuse others of doing it, even though you're the one that's doing it.
And that's where our amazing media comes in and needs to be strong. Our media needs to go and say, you know what? These guys are saying this on Facebook. Actually, none of this is true. No matter who the president is, the media needs to be in control of this thing. They do. Stop bringing up Trump's name. Stop bringing up Obama. Stop bringing up anything. Here are the facts on the ground. This is not political. This is the way it is. As a matter of fact, let me show you some gory pictures. This is the truth right here. Let me show you this little kid that had his head wrapped in a bandage that they're looking for a hospital to take this kid to so he doesn't die. Show those images, NBC, CBS, ABC.
But you're starting to see some images.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're seeing them on Facebook. You're not seeing them on the news.
No, you're going to. I started to see some early this morning just because there is such an international push against Russia. Even even internet groups that work in the St. Louis area calling out Russia, humanitarian groups that couldn't stand Trump going after Russia for this because it's so outrageous. It is so over the top.
Yeah, Anonymous is usually about fascism, right? So the group,
not all the time.
Pretty much. The group Anonymous is always there
I'm
in the
familiar with
background.
them.
Yeah. They're in the shadows. They're lurking around. They're hackers.
They go after
These hackers,
anybody.
yeah.
They go after Republicans, Democrats, independents,
Yes,
you name it.
Yes, you're right. But these are the guys that lay in the shadows. A new dynamic. What do you do if all of a sudden you're Putin and you've just been hacked by Anonymous and not the United States government? What if the United States government goes, I have no idea who did that to you? I mean, that's another dynamic that no one talks about. You see, so you have this 30,000-foot overview when you watch Fox News. They're talking about the X's and O's on the map, and here's where the Russians are today. They don't get on the ground and say, we're talking to Betty who has a weapon. And Betty was a housewife yesterday.
Sometimes you got to find the people, and we are starting to get some of those stories. They're going to start to come out.
Cool. That will be the story. Because this turned into guerrilla urban warfare all of a sudden. This is a bunch of Borats over there taking on the Russian army. Let's see how that goes.
Where we are Monday, is the capital taken by then? And then
Today's supposed to be the day, apparently, according to the media, that the Russians were supposed to take Ukraine, the capital, and...
Well, it's Friday. They're ahead of us, so it's Friday night there.
Right.
Already,
yes.
So...
I mean, are we watching this now like it's a soap opera? Or is everybody in this room? I mean, Angela, to what degree are you interested?
I told you that you weren't here, I guess, when I said it. I said that the timing of all of this is you feel like you're watching a movie.
Yes.
The timing of everything,
What a great
how
analogy.
everything is happening. It's like you're watching a movie because the plot line doesn't seem real.
Yes.
If that makes any
You
sense.
keep waiting for Matt Damon to come and blow something up, and then at
like
the end of the
save
movie,
the day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very odd, and I was also going down little rabbit holes of the conspiracies that are out there in
Ukraine
the world.
also announced 137 Ukrainians killed on the first day, over 300 wounded by Russians, and that's 137 deaths.
That's easy to do when you lob
blood.
a cruise missile into the side of an apartment complex.
Correct.
Morons.
And,
what do you gain out of that?
It will continue, and of course, we'll start to get those updates as they come through. So, that's where we're at. We're stuck here doing that. Do you know how to go to break? Is that you, Angela?
That's me.
Is this
That's
Eric
me
Church?
playing "Lose Yourself" by One Republic.
I was like, because it's break time.
That's the song. So, yeah, you ready for
I
a
don't
break?
even know if I know this song.
Well, you said "Lose Yourself," and I found it.
This was
One Republic.
I think the Eminem version's better.
I will agree with that. All right. Are you going to tell us we'll be back in a minute?
Yeah, I was just listening to the song. I'm trying to recognize it again.
I'll play it.
No, Vic is digging this right now.
Is he digging it?
Yeah.
Because I was going to go to break.
YouTube will probably shut us down in a minute, but...
Oh, yeah. There we
This
go.
is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Saving at the Home Depot means you can do more for less. Like making dishwashing easier with this KitchenAid dishwasher, complete with third-level rack and a Pro Wash cycle that adapts to each load. Enjoy savings on top-rated appliances online, in-store, or on the Home Depot app. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Valid February 10th through March 2nd, 2022. Free delivery applies to orders of $396 or more.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
You are an electric vehicle. It's true. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car. Made by Nissan, a company whose EVs have gone 5 billion miles. Built for every driveway, every highway, and every speedway. And where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. Nissan. Electric cars for electric drivers. 5 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. If you love the sports like me, you get annoyed with your team or player. So Progressive's going to help take your mind off your team or that player for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they lost that thing recently, think about Progressive letting you compare our direct rates side by side with competitors to easily find the lowest option. Don't worry, your sports ball team or player will get him next time. Hope this distraction from Progressive about easily comparing rates was helpful to not think about that last game or match or season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We hope you have an awesome weekend. Did you know that the average closet has 26 items of clothing that have never gotten worn?
It's got to be way more than that in mine.
And
I buy stuff all the time and never wear it.
26 that have never gotten worn? Never for me.
Do you have ties in your closet right now that you're like, I would never wear that on air?
Again, yes.
Do you really?
But there's not one item of clothing in my closet that I've never worn.
Did you buy them items? Or were they given to you?
If they were given to me, I gave them away if I didn't wear them.
His Trump ties are gone.
With tags still on it in the closet.
Yes, that's another fact.
That's me. With tags still on him in the closet.
Angela, I know you have clothes you don't wear.
Yep, all the time.
Huge.
65%
of people surveyed said they still have clothes in their closet that they've never worn that have tags on them.
That's me.
That's hilarious.
That's me.
Did your technical director ever tell you about moraying the lines can't not be too close together on your tie?
A long time ago, before cameras got really sophisticated.
Oh, now they don't do that anymore?
Not really.
Okay.
6% of people claim they have worn everything they own at least once.
No way.
That's me.
That's you. No way.
I've worn everything I own. Also, 20% say they keep clothing for sentimental reasons.
Yes, that's also me.
So maybe they're gifts or they've been passed down from family members.
Yeah, that's also me.
And
I only use a quarter of my clothes because the rest are lost in the laundry somewhere.
Yeah. 31% say they bought stuff on a whim but then realized it didn't really suit them. And others say they intend on wearing the clothes. They just got buried.
Yeah. That's kind of what happens to me a lot is that I'll put something in my closet and then like if I do a clean, I'll be like, I did. This is a great outfit. Why didn't I wear this ever? Because it got hidden, and if I don't see it, I don't remember it.
How many times will you wear clothes out of the laundry, out of the hamper, before you have to wash it?
Depends on what the clothing item is.
When does it become disgusting?
Also, again, depends on what the clothing item is.
And with that, have an awesome weekend. Eric,
$5.90 the fan from 1 to 3.
Yes,
You
I
can hear me
remember.
and
Yes.
read low. I remember
and
today.
Perfect
Eric
timing.
will
I'll be listening.
at Union Station for the Mayor's Ball tonight.
Yes.
And I'll be on Fox 2 News at 5 and 9.
What color tie?
I don't know, man.
Why don't you bust one of those out that you've never
You know what?
worn
I'm
before?
going to wear a purple one since it's the
It's
Mayor's
Mardi
Ball.
Gras.
There you go.
Boom.
There you go. You're looking for Brendan Shanahan. He's been out all week because he's got jury duty.
And
Lucky
COVID.
guy. He'll be back Monday. Have a great day. We'll talk to you guys Monday morning, 8 a.m.